What's up, A to Z Sports Titan Game Day Live, the halftime show as the Titans come out and score touchdowns on all their first three drives there to take a 24-10 lead at halftime. Austin Stanley and Jack Gentry. We are live here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for our Titan Game Day Live halftime show. Jack, before we officially get going, tell the people what they got to do as they pile in here with a big Titans first half lead.
Big time Titans first half. While you guys are trickling in, I know everyone's excited about the first half. I already see the King has returned in the comments. While y'all are here, make sure if you're watching on Twitter to retweet the show. If you're on Facebook, share it to your group. Share it to all your Titans groups. If you're watching with the YouTube link or on Twitch, text that link to your Titans text groups. Everyone's excited. Let's bring everyone in here. Let's hear what you have to say about the first half, and we'll get to talking about the second half later on.
Yep, let's do it. Let's get it going. Officially welcome into our Titan Game Day Live halftime show. Do want to thank all of our great sponsors this season for Titan Game Day Live, presented by the NoDat app. Download the NoDat app today. MrGoodroof.com, Buddy Allen Carpet One, Nashville.com, always giving you free in-home measures and estimates. Crumble Cookies app and the BetMGM app here live at halftime. 24-10 is the score. Jack Gentry in for Zach Bingham today on Titan Game Day Live. Zach will be back on Monday. So, Jack, what was your first impression of this? I mean, it was pretty impressive. Well, I guess let's start with the very end. Why ruin every beautiful thing Todd Downing did in the first half by giving the ball to Dontrell Hilliard to gain like 2 more yards with a timeout in your pocket, 17 seconds on the clock, and not have an opportunity to try to even go for more points or shorter field goal? It feels like they did exactly what they did against the New York Giants in week 1, where Bullock missed the kick. But that's the only bad thing you can say about the entire first half, right?
Yeah, that's from an offensive standpoint, at least. The offense looks much better. Derrick Henry got in a groove. We talked about the big plays in the pregame show, how the Titans had no big plays, no runs over 10 yards, no passes over 20 against the Bills last week. What do the Titans come out and do? They take deep shots. Bobby Trees down the field has been open. 3 huge catches from Woods. Henry has 4 rushes of at least 10 yards. The offense is moving, but you're right. Even with a great first half where it looked like Todd Downing found an old copy of Arthur Smith's playbook this week, he's got to hand it to Dontrell Hilliard and make life a little bit more difficult than it should have been on Randy Bullock, who, like we talked about in the pregame show, was struggling from 40-plus yards. So all things considered, great offensive performance. There's some things to work on, but I really like to start from this Titans team.
Yeah, and this is pretty impressive because there's a few things to really focus on. Great games or great halves overall by the Titans offensive play staff with Todd Downing and Tim Kelly. There's a lot of variety. You saw in the opening drive of the game, the Titans had 2 passes to Derrick Henry. The screen went really well. Ryan Tannehill ran the ball. Traylon Burks ran it on reverse, and Tannehill completed 4 passes to 4 different guys. And so you see variety getting in there. So credit to Todd Downing for a really good first half and Tim Kelly for a really, really good first half. And then 3 big players have stepped up for the Titans offense today in Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, and Robert Bobby Trees Woods. You've seen these 3 guys put their team on their back offensively. Ryan Tannehill has been phenomenal. 14-17 for 195, 1 touchdown through the air, 1 touchdown rushing, his first rushing touchdown of the season. Derrick Henry, as you mentioned, Jack, 11 for 64 and 1 touchdown. That's an average of 5.8 yards per carry, and it didn't start off very well when his first 2 carries went for -4 overall. And Robert Woods, 4 catches for 85 yards, but Jack, also that big punt return of 21 yards to set up the field goal by Randy Bullock. I mean, those 3 dudes are making this feel a lot better on Sunday afternoon instead of the Titans being, in a doomsday situation with the Raiders here.
You're right. I'm very optimistic with what's to come in the second half for the Titans, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We were feeling on cloud 9 after that first half against the Giants in the season opener, and what happened in the second half? Nothing. Right. They got complacent. They settled. They kind of sat on the lead. They didn't go for the kill. They played not to lose. What ended up happening? They lost. They can't do that this game against this Raiders offense, which is a quick strike team. I mean, they've got weapons out there. We've seen them. Their biggest play on offense, though, the Raiders I'm speaking about, came on a defensive pass interference. So they've held in check with the big plays. Fulton, by the way, man, he looked really excited to get back out there, made 2 consecutive huge plays for this defense. The Titans have to keep the foot on the gas in the second half. You got to keep feeding Henry up and down. No pitches in the first half. Downing pitched the pitch for the first half. Hopefully it continues. There's a lot to like, but again, we can't forget what happened in week 1 and what happened in week 2, right? The Titans, even in week 2, they put a strong first quarter up, but they fell apart. They've got to put 4 complete quarters together. Austin, this is a culture game. Both teams are coming off bad losses. The Titans got blown out. The Raiders blew a huge lead. Who's got the stronger culture? Who's ready to get off the mat? Right now, it's the Titans.
No, Jack, I think people are loving what Jack is saying. Facts, Jack, for John. And some other people saying, yes, Jack is back. I mean, it's a pretty impressive first half of play by the Titans offense, because I was feeling like right after Devontae Adams scored a touchdown, just a really impressive play over Kevin Byard. I'm not really sure what else Kevin Byard is supposed to do in that situation. He just got beat in the red zone on the goal line by one of the best wide receivers currently in the game. I mean, cry me a river. Byard was right there for that. But after that touchdown, when it was 14-10, I was like, man, the Titans offense has so much pressure on it, because they feel like they got to score. They feel like they got to score a touchdown. They answered that touchdown again to make it 21-10. And then the Titans defense gets a stop, albeit because Darren Waller couldn't quite haul in a pass where he was wide open on third down. It was just a little bit over his hands. And I think about how 2 plays involving Darren Waller are the big difference in this game, right? Because on the Raiders' first drive, Darren Waller gets 2 hands on the football on third down in the red zone and drops it, and the Raiders kick a field goal. Then that play on third down, if he catches that ball, Jack, I think Darren Waller walks into the end zone.
Yeah.
And then at that point, so there's Darren Waller, who's got 10 points, an 11-point swing on his 2 hands with 2 different plays there. So yes, it's not all great for the Titans defense, but you got to love Rashad Weaver going in there and getting a big sack to get the ball back to make that lead a 14-point lead instead of an 11-point lead. So Jack, we got 2 questions we want to get people in here to get people more involved here on our Titan Game Day Live halftime show. We've been doing this the first 2 weeks, Jack, with no luck, but I feel like we're going to have more luck with this. And wrong one. And that's free donuts. I clicked on the wrong graphic. Woo! Free donuts. So Fox's Donut Den in Green Hills, right next to Hillsborough High School on Hillsborough Road, is going to give everybody a free donut if Derrick Henry gets 100 yards rushing in this game. So I'll pull it up right now. The King Henry, he's got 11 carries for 64 yards. That's 5.8 a carry. The Titans have a 2-touchdown lead. Jack, are we getting free donuts tomorrow at Fox's Donut Den in Green Hills?
Well, it's looking like it. I don't want to jinx anything. I'm knocking on wood, Titans fans. I'm not jinxing us today. But look, Derrick Henry has 64 yards right now at half. And the game script with the Titans up 2 touchdowns kind of leans towards a running attack in the second half. So you would think that Henry could get there. I'm not going to jinx anything. This offensive line has a lot to prove. But so far, so good. The most surprising edge the Titans have in that first half was the Titans' offensive line kind of bullying a really good Raiders D-line. They spent a lot of money on that defensive line in the offseason, but the Titans' offensive line, with new guys all over the place, had their way with them. And Derrick Henry, not just in the run game. Let's talk about the pass game, too. Yeah. He made a couple big plays catching the football. So it's been a Derrick Henry game. This is a Derrick Henry the Titans have been missing, or at least we're missing last week. It's good to see him get going. He's running with confidence, and he's doing it because he's getting a full head of steam, not having to worry about resetting his feet on these toss plays.
Yeah, Jack, I'm going to send you to the chat to see if everybody else thinks that we're going to get free donuts as the Titans do lead at halftime 24-10. Derrick Henry has 64 yards rushing. He just needs 36 more yards for everybody to get free donuts thanks to Fox's Donut Den in Green Hills. But I feel like Derrick Henry's got more juice today than we've seen him over the first couple of games. I really do feel like he's got more energy. There's something different about him. He's breaking tackles. So Jack, do the people think we're going to get all free donuts tomorrow morning from Derrick Henry?
Well, Danny sure does. He's saying yes, yes, yes. Ken says he'll fly in to get a donut if the Titans end up winning today. I don't know if he'd come out on top of that economically, but free donuts are free donuts. I don't blame you there, Ken. Let's see. What else do we got? Antoine thinks we're getting donuts. He says, you get a donut. Look, Derrick Henry, he's had a strong half. Stacy says she's in Chattanooga or else she'd be cashing in on these free donuts here. Free donuts, says Kevin. So a lot of people feel pretty good about these free donuts tomorrow.
All right, so we'll keep track of that to see if everybody's getting free donuts here live on this Titan halftime show presented by the Nodat app, BetMGM, Crumble Cookies. You can get Crumble Cookies for the second half if you want it right there, no matter where you are. But hopefully we all get free donuts thanks to Buddy Allen Carpet One and MrGoodRoof.com as well. But Jack, let's ask this question right now. Confidence level, 1 through 10. The Titans are up by 2 touchdowns. That's 1 more point lead than they had against the Giants at halftime in week 1. What's your confidence level in the Titans winning this game up at halftime, 1 through 10? What is your confidence level in the Titans winning this game 1 through 10? Jack, I'm going to send you to the chat because I see a lot of numbers are flying through here. What's everybody saying as we got about 60 seconds left before the second half begins and the Raiders do get the ball? Jack, where's everybody's confidence level at?
8.9 says Steven. Mark's at an 11. Al is at a 7.5. Derek says 6. Luke, a little pessimistic. He's going 4. John and NJ Titans fans at a 7. Yamahama, 7.5. Kinnan says 9. Davidson says 9. William says 7. So does Justin. Rick Lynch. Somebody check on Rick Lynch. He's at a 1. Tones says 7. Max Augsburger says 6. Larry says 5. So some people still a little worried about it. They've been hurt before, but a lot of people are pretty optimistic about how this game's going to finish.
All right. So, Jack, I'm going to go with a 6. You know, the Raiders can score, and we've seen the Raiders score quickly on this Titans defense already once today there. But I think it's a 6 for me. I believe the Titans can run the football. Second half's about to get going with the Raiders getting the football. Jack, what do you think? What's your confidence level in this game?
8.5. The Titans sent the message early. They are ready to bounce back. Looks like the Raiders are still kind of worried about last week. It looks like it's hurt them. 1 mistake's turning into 2. I like what the Titans showed in the first half. 8.5. I think the Titans come out on top.
All right, game time. We'll be right back here for the post-game show presented by Buddy Allen Carpet One, Nashville.com. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Talk to you in about an hour and a half. See ya.